Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Nabilur Rahman and I'm the presenting today the final presentation of the subject International Business conducted by Professor Dr. Ebenezer Robinson, and the topic which I have chosen is Alshaya versus Gourmet Pakistan, and we are going to discuss about the international policy of the company versus the local policy of the company. We are going to see the different strategies. So moving on for the further side. First of all, let's go towards the agenda. In this, we are going to see the introduction, the products and services of the companies. Then we will discuss the business model. Later on, we will see the joint venture, and we'll discuss the organizational plan, business philosophy, and in the last, we'll see the conclusion along with the references. So, moving towards Alshaya's company, let's move towards the introduction of it. Alshaya is basically a Kuwait-based business company, and it is not very much popular in the world of businesses. It's a small company, but with a very good formation. It has a branches in the Bahrain, Dubai, and Kuwait, and other small Middle East countries. It has a specialty in the cakes and pastries, and it has basically given the franchises to different countries of the Middle East. They did not go to each and every country by themselves. They have given the franchise to the third party, and they're following their rules and regulations to operate the company. After several years, the Alshaya's moved towards the Europe and Asia. They've been in Czech Republic, Poland, and other European countries as well. And their basically purpose is to modify the food according to the local taste of the country. They add the local ingredients to make the customer satisfied. It is unlike to the Subway. We know that the Subways in different countries, Subway burgers, but unfortunately the taste of Subway burgers remains the same. This is why the Subway burgers are very much popular in the Western countries and not in the Eastern countries, because Eastern countries people like spicy food, and Subway has not that much taste. So Alshaya, what they do, they basically change the taste of the product according to the need of the customer. Currently, Alshayas have more than 3,000 employees from the 100 different nationalities. They are very big chain now, and they occupy different countries. They entered there, and they have employees of the different countries. They have almost 2,400 and counting stores in 19 different countries with 70 brands. The design that Alshaya is focusing is on the metrics we will discuss in next slide. Each company, basically what happens in metrics are the different products they have. Each company have their own director, they have own their team, they have own their marketing staff, finance staff, other staff, and what they do, they basically perform the functions and directly report to the CEO. CEO is only one of whole Alshaya's company. So following these policies, it becomes very good for them to reach on the top. Now we are moving towards Alshaya's products and services. They are in fashion, they are in footwears, they are in food. They have also entered in pharmacy and healthcare. They are making the products of home and office appliance. So this is not a small company, they are the big company. Now each industry, taking the industry like fashion, food, pharmacy, everyone has their own directors, their own team, and they all are reported to only one person, and who is the CEO. Now this is the matrix model. We can see on the horizontal line it is written that x-axis research, production, sales, finance, and on the left side we see there is a food, fashion, health, pharmacy. Now what happened in the matrix group, that one person is involved. If the person of the sales involved in food, it probably has a chance to be involved in the health and pharmacy sector as well. It is not compulsory, because in hierarchy we know that if the person is involved in the food industry, he will remain in the food for a long time, and he will be only answerable of the food industry, food department. But in matrices, one person can be involved in two or three sectors as well. It helps them to create more productivity, initiation, and creativity in the designing of the product. So it helps the employees to encourage them, and it also safeguard their jobs because they know how to work in different departments. So this is a matrix model, and Alshaya is very much happy with this model because they are earning more and more profit. They are entered in different regions. They started from Middle East. Now they are in Asia. They are in now in Europe. So probably they will go to America in future as well. Now, let's move towards the Gourmet Pakistan. We have discussed already the international company. Now, I'm taking the local company. And let's move towards the introduction of the Gourmet so that it will be easily to understand. Gourmet Pakistan started its bakery in 1987 by Mr. Chatha. In 1987, it was probably second or third largest bakery at the time, but now it has more than 150 branches in Pakistan, and it has almost more than 2,500 employees. The value, contribution, and sincerity and integrity is their values. And the company was basically started in Pakistan and remained in Pakistan for a long time. In fact, it remained in the city of Lahore for 20 years, and after that, they have decided to go into different cities as well. They started from Lahore, they moved to whole Pakistan, and now they have started their operations internationally, and they have opened their branches in England, America, Australia, and Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So they have opened their branches in the international countries as well to gain more attention. And now Gourmet has basically, if we look towards their background, they have started their own mineral water, they are producing their own milk, they have their own tissue papers, they make their own uh, cakes, they enter in the newspaper industry, they have opened their own pharmacy, they have opened their own channel, they have opened their own cash and carry store. Now latestly, just if we go 2 months before back, Gourmet has opened their own news channel. So Gourmet is basically now a brand, it's not only a bakery or a sort of company right now, it's a brand. Similarly, like Alshaya's, we have Gourmet basically has more than five entered in 5 sectors. Gourmet is in probably different sectors. It's more than 20 to 30. But as we have taken the Alshaya's, we are going to discuss only fashion, footwears, food, pharmacy, and home appliance. So we are going to compare both of these. Let's move towards the model here. We know that the Alshayas follow the matrix model. On the other side, Gourmet follows a network model. It's what happens in the network model. One person is engaged in other different sectors. We are seeing it from here. The store is directly linked with the customers, managers, and salesperson. Now, the salesperson is linked with the items orders. One person is not only doing a single job, he is being linked with the different sides as well, different dimensions as well. What happens here, it helps to create more efficiency in the work. If one person doesn't know how to work, it doesn't bring the whole system down, other person can make it possible. In a network model, all the people are linked with each other and they can perform their work positively, that create more effective to the business. Now, let's see how the managers can crush the international problems, creating the benefits, the cost issues. Actually, the Gourmet basically is totally, you can say that totally Pakistani food. It does not involve any raw materials that comes from the outside of the country. They all prepare each and everything, and they all manufacture everything in Pakistan. Their plants are so big in different cities of the country that it won't affect Gourmet Pakistan when the prices increases, when the trade issues arises, when there is a freight charges increases, when there is a tariff charges applied. It doesn't even matter Gourmet because they are only applying on the Pakistani side. Moving on, the joint venture. Uh, excuse me. Joint venture is an arrangement of two or more companies come together, join hands for the purpose to achieve a goal. This is because they want to gain the maximum competitive advantages over others. The market is wide open, everyone wants to be in the market, and they are performing well. So Everyone wants to gain more attention in the market, and they don't let the small fish to enter in the industry. On the right side, you can see the examples of the Pakistan. You can see the UVCom, Daud Hercules, Power Team Wolverine, K&K Electronics are the example of the joint venture. Let's see towards the advantages of joint venture. Joint venture companies, definitely when two companies enter in the game, there's increase in the expertise. The new expertise come in, the new technologies come in, the human capital arises, they get more focus to run the business. And obviously when more people come in, the human capital increases, the technologies increases, the expertise increases, obviously resource will increase of the company. Both companies when joined together, they increase the resources. And the best part of the joint venture is that if it doesn't work for you, you can go apart in future. It is not compulsory for you to be remain in joint venture for a long time. The contract remains very flexible. You can change it. The contract can be changed at any time if you want. And if we look towards the history, we can see that yes, joint ventures really works, and it helps the companies to get succeeded in the future. And the relationships and network increases obviously when we used to talk with other person, when we go outside for the meetings, the personal relationship increases, the social network increases, so it helps the company to bring more resources in the company, the profit increases, and the fund can be set because mostly joint ventures are working on the debts, not on the equity. And if you have to work on the equity is being divided between the two companies. So everything that have advantages definitely have a disadvantages as well. We are looking to disadvantages now. The objective of both companies are not ever the same. They have a different perspective. Suppose one company wants to enter in the other country. We are taking an example of Amazon. Amazon wants to enter in India. So what they did, they contacted with a local company to reach in India. Their focus was that India is a big country and people obviously buying the online products. So they want to enter there. And the local company with whom they joined it ventured, their focus was that yes, the name of Amazon is used being with their name. So the goals were different and the approach were different. And it is not that the both are involving equally in the business. Definitely the party who is more older, who is oldest wants to involve more in the in this industry because they probably know how to tackle the different problems. And different cultures is a biggest problem. Suppose if we are taking an example of Pakistan, here there is a no concept of Black Friday. So if company wants to come in Pakistan with a program or structure of Black Friday, it probably not gonna work here. Research and development department definitely has to work hard. It increases because both cultures when merging with each other, it doesn't work properly. There's a gap in communication. One party sitting in the local country, other party sitting in another country, both are communicating via cell phone on a call or a video call. It's not a good idea. And definitely when it comes to the joint venture, it takes time. People took time to understand either it's really a joint venture or companies using the name of other company, or either it will work or not. So it really have an issue. The company that I have selected for the joint venture has no international alliance, although it's been working in Australia, England, and Khilafat of Saudi Arabia, but they have not been in joint structure with any other company. So either I'm in the favor or not of the gourmet design ability. Yes, I'm in the favor because first of all, let's see towards the organizational plan. Organizational plan is a firm's program that how they achieve their objectives in a long term. They make some objectives, they make the short term goals, and then they go there. And the government has already a plan to not to they create more customer satisfaction. This is basically their program. They want to increase the market sale and bring more customers in their bucket. They create different opportunities. They have entered in different segments. They have entered in different sectors, and now they are earning very good. Let's move towards the business policy. Business policy is the principle and the pillars on which the company is basically standing. We have already discussed the principles of Gourmet. Their three pillars are sincerity, integrity, and strong faith. They sell the products that are being easily affordable. If we are looking towards the bakery side, we can see that he has the other rates of other bakeries are more than Gourmet. Let's move towards a policy decision. A policy is a deliberate system of principle to guide the decision and achieve the rational outcomes. And when we see the policy decision is being taken by the board of directors, yes, they have a strong marketing and research and development team that perform different programs, and they wait for the right time when to deliver and when to launch the product. Let's take an example here. The rates of mineral water of Pepsi, Coca-Cola, and Nestle increases in Pakistan. And what Gourmet did, they introduced their own mineral water. The faith of people increases because this is the first time when the local company with a such big name entered in the mineral water field. People started to buy the products of the Gourmet, and in future, within 3 to 4 months, the people have witnessed that Nestle and Pepsi reduce the prices of their mineral water. No, last one is a class. Gourmet is not basically targeting any particular level of the people. They are not focusing on the uh, executive people or a poor people. They have a similar rates of their products. This is why if we see in the last 5 to 10 years, the economy is being vanished very dramatically, but the rates of gourmet remains almost same. This they does not affect their prices level. Let's move towards the conclusion. The aim of the presentation was basically to study and differentiate between the local and international company and their strategies, how they been so succeeded. We have seen that the Alshaya is more successful company, no doubt, because they are in business for a long time. They have entered in the different markets. They have entered in the different countries. They are moving out of the region. But they have a lot of the outlets in the countries with more than 100 nationalities people in their bucket. On the other side, if we look towards the Gourmet is basic local company with the best supply chain business. Their R&D and marketing team is very creative. They know when to launch the new product, and they are leading a big company in Pakistan in terms of SMEs. Here are some references I've been taken. And in the last, thank you very much for your concern. Thank you very much for listening this presentation. I hope you all will get a good secure, will get good marks and secure very good grades. In the last, I would like to thank again Mr. Robinson that it's been a great pleasure to study under you. The course was very creative and challenging, and it helps me to build my some strength. Thank you very much, and bye bye.